Good morning, everyone. Another volatile week with continued focus on US dollar and bond yields. I welcome you all to the Commodities Weekly Roundup with me, Ravindra Rao from Kotak Securities. The first week of May witnessed volatility due to US non-farm payrolls, and last week inflation data made the market nervous. Amid strong inflation print from the US, highlighted the rising price pressure in America, refueling debate that Fed may raise interest rates soon to avoid overheating. The US dollar tried a comeback last week after the US inflation data, however, failed to sustain. Last week, the DXY index was relatively flat at around 90.30. As long as the Fed continues to be dovish, any rise in US dollar is won't sustain, and we might see selling pressure at higher levels. In case of precious metals, as expected, COMEX gold moved higher, but the strong inflation print supporting US dollar triggered some profit taking in the metal. However, as mentioned in our last week's view, dollar 1816, 1820 proved to be a good demand zone as the price tested the levels near 1855 in yesterday's session, that is the start of the current week. Gold has bounced back as disappointing US economic data eased worries about Fed's monetary tightening pressuring the US dollar. Amid other factors, ETF flows were also mixed. However, net inflows over the week show some revival in investor interest. Increased tension between Israel and Palestine has also added fuel to the fire. Gold may continue to sway along with the US dollar as market players look at US economic data and Fed comments later in the week to gauge a Fed's next move. However, we expect buying interest to emerge at lower levels as Fed and other central banks are likely to maintain a dovish stance amid persisting virus risks. In case of silver, reflecting the volatility in gold and industrial metal, the white metal also witnessed mixed trade but ended the week with a 0.4% decline. Silver topped $28 an ounce earlier in the week but weakened along with gold on concerns about Fed's rate hike but saw recovery on Friday. Amid other factors, optimism about US and Chinese economy has improved industrial demand outlook. We expect volatile trade, however, buying interest may emerge at lower levels as improved demand outlook has kept prices supported. On the technical front, gold gold is trading close to the resistance near $1875, and if it sustains above 1875, it can be a trendline break on the higher side, and we might see gold moving closer to 1950 $1960 an ounce. On the flip side, support, as we mentioned in the last week, support remains near 1800 to $1810. Below that, we might see some kind of a neutral move in gold prices. But as of now, the optimism is high, and we expect gold prices to trade higher. However, the volatility can be high. In case of MCX gold, the price has breached the inverse head and shoulder, or we can say a cup and handle pattern neckline resistance near 48,400. It closed yesterday. It closed above that, and that is a good sign. But it needs to sustain above 48,400, and if that happens, then there is a possibility it might move up by another 1,200 points, and it might reach 49,700, 49,800, which is a strong 200-day moving average resistance. On the flip side, support now is close to 47,100. This is for the week, and if that is taken out, then we might see some kind of a neutral move, or else the prices might trade with a positive bias. But as I mentioned, it should sustain above 48,400, and it should sustainably trade above that. In case of silver, as we mentioned last time, an inverse HNS break in COMEX silver has pushed the prices higher, and in today's early morning session, silver has hit the 28.60 mark. We expected it to take resistance near 28.30 initially, and then move up to 29.60, which is the inverse HNS target. So it has moved close to 28.60, that is the spot silver, and it is trading close to that So overall sentiment in silver remains bullish, and we expect if it sustains about 28.30, 28.40, then there is a chance it might move up till 29.60, which is the inverse HNS pattern target. In case of MCX, silver has moved above the resistance of 70 to 500, and 74,000, is the next target. And if it sustains above that, it might even move up till 77,000. Support now is at around 70,100, which it was not breaching since long, and now that as the resistance has become the support. Below that, it might turn neutral. Otherwise, the trend in silver continues to be bullish, and both gold and silver might trade positively this week, but possibly with high volatility. Coming to energy, similar to the move in last few weeks, crude oil started last week on a positive note, but failed to hold the gains amid a mixed inventory report, but recovered to end the week on a positive note. Crude oil topped $65 per barrel earlier in the week amid supply concerns relating to the US, as a major pipeline servicing the East Coast closed operations following a cyber attack. Adding support to price was expectations of a decline in US crude oil stocks and IEA's forecast for 2021. IEA lowered 2021 demand growth forecast owing to slack demand in Q1, but warned that the global market is undersupplied and may tighten further in coming months. Crude oil, however, lost momentum after a mixed inventory report, which noted a smaller than expected decline in crude oil stocks and an unexpected rise in gasoline stocks. Crude weakened further as supply concerns in the US eased as the Colonial Pipeline resumed operations. Crude oil remains supported by general improvement in demand expectation. However, mixed economic data from major economies and persisting virus concerns in India has kept a check on prices. Crude oil may remain volatile amid lack of clear cues. However, we expect selling pressure to emerge at higher levels, owing to increasing debate on inflation and persisting virus risks. Technically, crude is still bound in a range, and on the NYMEX, WTI crude faces resistance near $67, and if that is taken out and if it gives a weekly close above that, then we might see a sharp rise in crude prices. Otherwise, we expect the range of 67 to 62, $63 to continue. In case of MCX, the resistance remains near close to 5,000, and if it closes above that, then we might see a sharp rise in crude prices. Otherwise, the the trend will be sideways, and it might trade in the range of say 4,700, 4,680 on the lower side, and on the higher side, the resistance is pegged near 4,970, and that would be the higher bound of the range. Natural gas has moved up, and we have been recommending natural gas in our last few podcasts. And natural gas has finally taken out the 220 to 223 resistance on the MCX, and it has tested the next level of 230, which is the strong trendline resistance. And we will wait for this trendline resistance to breach. If that happens, then we might see natural gas trading higher towards 240, 242. If it doesn't break, then there is a possibility of a correction again towards 224, 223, which is the resistance turn support, and from there we might see a buying re-emerging. So the overall trend remains bullish, but we need to see a break of 230, 32 on the higher side on a closing basis for natural gas to trade higher towards 240, or any dip towards 220 to 223. I think demand might re-emerge at those levels. Lastly, in case of base metals had opened on a higher note last week, with most metals hitting multi-month highs, while copper hitting a record high. Prices, however, pared all its gains later in the week to end on a lower note. We had advised caution in our last week's roundup, as the metals were vulnerable to profit taking. LME lead was the worst performer with 3.6% decline, followed by 3% drop in aluminium and nickel prices. In case of other metals, zinc ended 2.6% lower, and copper closed 1.7% lower. The metals pack has been seeking support from demand optimism, tracking upbeat pace of recovery in global economic health, along with the loose monetary stance by central banks of major economies, and improvement in virus situation across Western nations like US and Europe. The gains, however, seems capped amid worries over uneven pace of recovery in global health, tracking recent spat of mixed data, along with lingering worries over worsening virus situation across some Asian nations, even as situation across US and Europe show improvement. Adding to pressure on commodities at large are concerns that China may take some measures to cool down prices. Overall, after last week's volatile movement, we expect metals pack to witness mixed movement this week amid mixed cues on macro front. And while the longer term outlook for most of the metals look bullish, we don't expect price to breach recent highs in the near term. Technically, there are some interesting patterns being formed in case of copper, zinc, aluminium on the MCX. In case of copper, there is a doji reversal pattern that has been formed with a pattern high near 812.60, and the pattern low was close to uh, 781, and it has closed below that, confirming the pattern. So until 812.60 holds, copper is vulnerable to further correction, and there is a possibility it might come down till 758 to 750 levels. So until 812.60 holds, copper looks to be in the bearish zone. In case of zinc, there is a good breakout of multiple resistance. However, the next candle, that is the last week's candle, has been a bearish engulfing. However, that bearish engulfing will confirm only if it closes below 229, and if that happens, we might see a correction and the breakout might be false. However, on the flip side, if it moves above the pattern high and closes about 242, then we can say that the breakout has been confirmed, and the prices might move up sharply. So we need to wait for the break to happen. In case of aluminium too, there is a dark cloud cover formation in case of the June contract, and it looks like aluminium also might face some kind of selling. But again, in case of aluminium, also the confirmation is not yet there of the dark cloud cover. And if that comes, then we might see aluminium prices moving lower, or if the pattern high is breached, then we might see aluminium moving higher. So we need to wait for zinc and aluminium to confirm. But in case of copper, there is already a confirmation, and until 812.60 holds, we expect prices to trade slightly lower. For the week, movement in US dollar index would continue to be the focus. Comments by various Fed officials along with FOMC meeting minutes and economic data from US will be closely watched by traders for cues on central banks' stance over inflation and future monetary outlook. So the focus again would be precious metals this week, and we expect the prices to trade higher with higher volatility. Some correction is possible in base metals. We need to wait for some confirmation, and crude oil looks pretty in the range, and a direction can be seen only if the range is taken out. Well, that's all. Good luck and trade safe. Thank you.